What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Red Tie Politics channel, and today I'm going to be explaining what happened last night with the debate between former President Trump and the President Joe Biden. Last night was a very interesting night for a lot of Democrats and Republicans just because of how Biden's experience and how he did last night. One thing I definitely noticed during the middle of the debate is Polymarket. Biden's odds of winning and a lot of things completely crashed. It went down. As you can see right here, he dropped from 33.5 to 19.5. What happened was very interesting. Biden lost support in the Rust Belt states, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, making him lose all of the states in the betting odds. Right now, he's doing like horrible. He's doing horrible right now. It is not good for the Democrats whatsoever. My thoughts on it were really surprisingly. I never knew that he could do so bad. Like, he went to Camp David for a week, prepared for a week, and then he had such a bad performance last night. He was mumbling, stumbling, bumbling every 10 minutes or so, and when he was asked a question, he couldn't even answer half of it. Like, he was stumbling, like he was mumbling a lot of the answers. He did not do good whatsoever last night. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be explaining my new prediction for 2024. I've got new templates thanks to this one guy, Conservative Hawkeye Politics. I will link his channel down below in the description. I'll also share his county map that he created so graciously. And if you guys can go give him some credit for that, that would be greatly appreciated. So let me share my 2024 presidential election after the debate, because a lot of things have changed. So right now, let me pull in the safe states, which is now this darker shade of red. And between the likely, lean, and tilt states are going to be a little bit different colors depending on what their margins are. So let me fill in these safe states for this. So right now, these are going to be in a little lighter. These are going to be between the safe and the likely column. That's why they're going to be a little lighter. Same thing for Florida, but I can really see it going for that darker shade. So this will be right now what I have for the safe states, which one has changed is Florida, Iowa, Ohio, and Maine second. So that's a very distinct change. So now we have California for the safe column for the Democrats. To be honest, I don't see Oregon being that safe, but it can still be safe, and it will. But it will be a little bit less of a margin just because of how bad Biden did last night and how much he dropped in the betting odds. He's gonna need a lot of time, and it's gonna be a lot of time and space before Biden gets back to that original 33% that he had. So let me fill in the rest of the safe states for Biden, which will be these states right here. You know what's interesting? These three states will actually go down to likely just because of new polls that came out. There was a new poll out of New Jersey, which it actually doesn't show on the Real Clear polling site, that had New Jersey up by 1 for Trump, which is a very interesting change. New York is going to be barely in that safe column. I can see it going down to that because it's going to be around 13% in my opinion. And then we can have, I think that's it. Actually, no, Colorado is going to be that same thing for Hawaii. So these are really only the safe states for Biden. Look, he's only at 166. Usually he's a little bit higher. So now let me do the likely states. Texas is gonna be between this shade of red and this shade of red. Really, I can see it being this shade, which is around the likely column. It's gonna be a lower, safe, likely-ish column. And really, that will be all of the likely. Really, I can put North Carolina. I have it more being around this one. Same thing for Georgia. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is what I'll put those two states at right now. That's what I'll put them at. But yeah, and then I'll do the likely states for Biden, which will be, as I said, New Jersey, Delaware, and Connecticut, along with a lower shade of blue for New Hampshire. So I see that state loosening up just a little bit. Same thing for Maine's first. I do see it being a little less. You know, New Mexico is a very interesting state now. It's going to get a little closer than I expected. Just because in the betting odds, they kind of went down by quite a bit. It ranged from either 61% to 80%, and it's starting to go down a little bit more. These margins can change in poly market just because right now what I'm seeing, this is what I'll keep it as. So right now, let me do the lean and tilt states. So the lean states I have right now is the state of Nevada as lean, Pennsylvania, lean, and Wisconsin, lean, but it's going to be exactly 1%. Like, I think Pennsylvania is 1.1, and then we have Nevada at, like, I don't even, like, a point, like 1.3, 1.4. I think it's going to be a little stronger. I think it can be around 2%. If really that's what it intended by, but yeah, and then we'll have the other lean state, which will be Virginia and New Mexico. This one will be a little stronger than Virginia, but nonetheless, it will be much less. And then also we'll have the tilt as well. I'll put in the tilts in a second for the Republican Party, but the tilt and leans. This one can be between tilt and lean just because of the betting odds. What happened if we go there? Actually, we can see they went down by quite a bit. They were in the 90s here. Now they're at 64, so it went down by quite a bit. So I think that one's going to be a very interesting one. And also we have Minnesota, which I think I can actually put at like 1. I think this can be exactly 1. It can be tilt or lean. And then we'll do the tilt states, or actually I forgot. Sorry, Nebraska second will be tilt. Basically that trended a lot. It went down to 65 from like 70 to 80, so that was not a very good shift. So then we do the tilt states. This is a new change, is Arizona. Arizona, it can really go either way, but right now, just because of how Trump handled the abortion question in the debate, I feel comfortable putting it in Trump's column narrowly. Then again, it can go either way. I would be fine putting it in the Democratic column, but as well, Biden didn't do really so great in the debate. And yeah, that caused a lot of things for me to change. Same thing for Minnesota. This one might go either way. I don't know. But right now, this is where it's going to be. It's going to be tilt. Wisconsin tightened up just a little bit just because it was a state where Trump surged in the poly market. He's at 56, and he flipped it literally a night ago. So it was very interesting to see. I think it's going to be an exactly lean margin. I think it's going to be 1%, 1.2%, anything like I said before. So this one, Trump's going to be at 312 electoral votes to Biden 226. Kennedy is also going to affect a lot of things in the Northeast. Same thing with the border, around the border, Texas, for example, like around the border, like Santa Cruz County, which is around right here in Arizona. It's going to affect a lot of things for Biden. So this is my 2024 presidential pick, like what I think is going to happen now after the debate, just because of how Biden did last night. He did horribly. And if we even go over to CNN, Biden had only like, he was in the 30s of how many people thought that he won. Trump was at 67 if you look at CNN. He did not do well whatsoever in the pre-polls. So even like if you go over here, if we go to his approval rating, it kind of went down. It went down by quite a bit. You can see right here, there's like a little bit of a, he's going, like his disapproval rating is going up. It went from just before the debate, which was yesterday, it's at 16.7, and you can see it's starting to go up just a little bit. Like now it's below 40, like his approval rating, you can see on the bottom. But this is not good news for Biden whatsoever. Like you can see during this time, Trump's approval rating, if we go there, on June, like late June, it was at 14. But if we go back, Biden is at 16. So Trump is a little bit more approved of during this time. So this is not a very good thing for the Biden administration or anything around that. So I think that's a thing to be looking out for during this time. In this part of the election cycle, I think it's a more interesting part of the election cycle than we've seen. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see in these videos. If you want to see something else, if you guys don't like what I'm seeing, please let me know. I really take these things into case, and I really want to see what you guys want to see, and I can post that. And yeah, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.